Hello everybody, welcome to Distance Learning 101. In this video, we're going to talk about teacher-created video versus third-party video. Which way should you go? Here is the too long, I don't have time for a 5-minute video answer. If you can find good, crisp educational videos out there that are going to get you 80 to 90% of the way there, I recommend you use those. Here is the much longer 4 to 5 minute explanation of the concept and kind of conversation. The question isn't whether teacher-created video is effective and third-party video is ineffective, or vice versa. Because we know that both can be effective. Good quality video is an effective learning tool, and research has shown that. That much is really clear. So the answer really becomes is which one would be more effective. And we know that all variables being equal, if all other factors are equal, the teacher-created video is going to be more effective than the third-party video because the teacher-created video has elements of teacher presence and personalization that we know increase engagement and increase learning. So all other factors being equal, you want to go with the teacher-created video. But in the real world, there's a lot of variables that go into whether a video is effective or not. The teacher created in the third party is only one of those factors. And if you just think about it for a second, there are a lot of things you can think about that impact the quality of a video. It could be the quality of the explanation, the age of the students might matter, the pace of the video, the energy of the video, the sound quality of the video. For example, the video may have a hiss, the audio may have a hiss in one if you're making it on your own. Production values. The length of the video is a huge factor as to whether it's going to be effective or not. The longer a video gets, we know that the less effective it is going to be, to the point that at a certain length, it's just not effective to even make the video at all. You're just kind of wasting your time. So in the real world, we're always looking at a number of factors. For example, we might have some really good third-party video that maybe we just don't quite like the voice. We don't think it's going to quite work with our students, but it's pretty good. But yet we know if we have teacher-created videos, it's going to be the teacher has a tendency to kind of over-explain things, so it's going to be really hard to keep them short. So you're always trying to match these different equations up as to which way you want to go with this. The reason why I generally recommend is to find, not make. And try to get some good quality video and then be really intentional about wrapping context around it. So guiding questions for the video, an activity after the video to do something with the video, an introduction, a conclusion, so that even though that video is third party, you can still sense the teacher presence and the context around that video. The reason why I recommend going that way is the elephant in the room that we haven't talked about yet, which is the fact that it takes a long time to make good quality instructional videos. Now, there's a lot of different types of videos. There's kind of introductory, fun, greeting types of videos. There's lecture explanatory videos where maybe you're explaining a concept for 5 minutes. And there's kind of tutorial videos where you're walking students through a process, like maybe solving a math problem or something like that. So there's different types of videos, but those explanatory videos and those tutorial type of videos, they're very time consuming to make. To kind of highlight the issue, I was talking with an instructional designer about some coursework that we're doing, and I was mentioning I finally got it down to about 5 to 10 minutes of work time to create 1 minute of video in a course. And he said, wow, that's really good. I think I'm much higher. And as we started to talk about it, we realized that on average, we probably estimate that it's about 15 to 20 minutes of our time to make a minute of production of video in a course. And so if a teacher's having to make this type of stuff, that's a lot of time. Now you might be thinking, wow, I've got a 50-minute class. There's no way I can make 50 minutes of video. The thing to understand about it is here, in most traditional classroom environments, a 50-minute class, the explanatory portion is probably going to be about 5 to 15 minutes. Students are doing a lot of other things in a classroom other than just listening to the teacher, doing activities, doing exercises, and doing all these types of things in an effective classroom. So usually teachers are often surprised to realize that the instructional content can be distilled down to about 5 to 15 minutes. But there you go. That's really kind of the overall picture to it. So again, if you can find good quality educational video out there that's going to get you 80, 90% of the way there, because maybe you can combine the best of both worlds. You're going to use maybe 15 to 20 to 30 videos from some third party, and then you're going to create maybe another set of like 10 to 15 that will fill in the gaps and kind of get at some concepts where you really just don't like that third party explanation. So you can use the best of both worlds. You can kind of combine and mix and do that. But the idea of using that third party will save you a ton of time. And in the real world, that's the big factor, is does that teacher have that much time to make that content all the time? The other thing you can do with third-party video is you can even make a short introductory video. Maybe it's a minute long that's going to introduce that explanatory video, because introductory videos generally are very, very quick and informal to make. The last thing I wanted to say before I close out this video is about this video and all these videos in general. I'm not a researcher. Okay, I'm a practitioner. I build stuff, I make stuff. I work in a K-12 school district that's facing these types of design and building issues all the time with making distance learning content for our distance learning program. So a lot of what I do have a master's in education, but I don't spend all my time just involved with research. I am sure there are university professors that know 100 times more than I know about the topic. But we do try to, the best of our ability, marry what we know about research with what it's like to work in the real world. In a perfect world, every student would get teacher-created video of very high quality. Absolutely. But the real world equations are often very, very different. We simply don't have the luxury often to make that perfect thing. We have to make the good thing, because if we try to make the perfect thing all the time, we would never get even 1/4 of it all done. So working in that real world environment, we say we got to use the research and we have to marry it with what we know we can do and what we're capable of as human beings. We try to balance those two environments and come up with something that works for us. Hopefully this video helped. If you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. I'd be happy to answer them as time allows. And thank you again for watching.